This is a clarification on my channel, on my videos, on thoughts, ideas, feelings, insights that I may have into the circumstances that we face as human beings, all of us at this time. A clarification. I realize this. I'm working on some menial stuff. I'm making frames. I'm making frames. It's rather menial. I still do this. I don't ship it out because I like my frames to be a certain way. If I put them on paintings, a lot of the paintings I actually don't frame. I don't mind not having a frame sometimes. But anyway, this is a clarification on my videos that in fact, what I realized today is that my interest is not, probably as many other YouTubers as well, but my interest is not so much with exposing the bastards. Many of the channels that are out there that I've talked about in my last video that I find it quite, what's the word I'm looking for? I was going to say boring, but it's not boring, but ineffective. That what my personal feeling is that my progress as a human being is substantiated and helped by others who have a fundamental notion about who we are personally at any given time. So the extent to which I have the information about the bastards and how the world works ends up being primarily, this is hard to understand for people who are committed to exposing the bastards, and I appreciate that, I really do. But what I'm saying is it's not essential or necessary in order to create the change we want to create. And in that sense, my interest, my videos are directed not towards people who may or may not, no, let me rephrase it. I'm not going to say not. My videos actually are really focused on not the bastards, but the people that believe themselves to have in some way found an answer of changing ourselves, to become better, to have an effect in some way on the world that makes it into the image of ourselves, the way we want it to be. We literally, I suppose, if I'm saying, if you're telling me something, I have to assume you want the world to be exactly the way you are telling me. By exposing the bastards, I'm assuming you want the opposite. But you see, exposing the bastards is a not conundrum. It's a not be like this. How about, how do you want to be? I'm saying to people, how do you want to be? It's like this continuous pounding and pummeling of the bastards is playing right into this conundrum that we're in. This is what I was thinking as I'm doing my frames. I'm not working high-mindedly on one of my paintings. I'm working on my frames, and I'm saying to myself, what am I stuck with? What am I noodling on? And I'm not going to make a video unless it feels important to me. And this is important because my thought, my interest is in talking to the people that whether or not they've understood the circumstances of our situation to the degree that I feel I have understood, like many, many other YouTubers who are exposing the truth out there, what is much more important is to find something within ourselves. As I've said all along, different YouTubers that present fabulous information to us, but it seems not to make any difference. Why is that? I say, why is that? When you realize, I was just listening to Dana Durnford's presentation on having children go and come up with solutions for food in Fukushima. What can you eat in Fukushima? What will make this food interesting? And all I could feel was a bloody outrage, how much people hate children again, how much parents or wards of the innocent exercise this disdain and disregard. This Durnford is is like apoplectic about how something like this could actually happen, to enlist children to propagate your disgusting lies. Now, I'm saying this, I was not aware of this, but I don't need to be aware of this to know when I'm doing the right or the wrong thing. That's what I'm saying. So my shout out is to come up, and I don't have necessarily the answer for anyone other than myself. I mean, I apply it to myself and the people around me. I try to encourage the people around me to be themselves in the best possible way. And my faith in people comes from the conviction that I have. We were given within this mystery. We exist within this mystery, but we were given something that actually allows us to do the right thing. Now, what is that? So is it because I am able to tell you all the fuck ups of the miscreants out there, or is it something that actually becomes operative in each individual to be connected to what I say eternity? I have, like I've said, I have a romance with eternity. I have a romance with eternity, and I'm making my videos not to expose the bastards. As much as I know we are in the shitter, we're in the shitter the way the world is working right now, but I'm saying there is no change. There is no change on the barricades unless those who stand on the barricades have understood this fundamental notion of being able to do the right thing and working on oneself every day, at every minute of every second of every day, to do the right thing. And I encourage this in people around me. And when I feel myself, I guess I get frustrated on this level. I had a sort of circumstance yesterday. I got angry with a friend of mine, and because there is this kind of feeling of continuously externalizing everything. Meanwhile, the personal life is suffering, and you say to yourself, well, if I fix the world out there, my inner world will be sorted out or something like that. It doesn't work that way. It doesn't work that way. So as I was working on my frames, I realized my interest in my videos now is obviously has been for a couple of years now, but I just thought I would articulate and clarify this, that my videos are literally to the people. I want my clan to congregate, to have a community around this fundamental understanding. And you don't have to know anything about the mechanics of how the world works. We need to know the mechanics of how we work. That's what I'm saying. And I'll just finish it here. It's like the person I was just listening to. I really like this Matt guy from Quantum of Conscience. He's written a book. Okay, fine, he's written a book. I make paintings. I want to sell some paintings. He wants to sell a book now, I guess. But the point is, something again, I commented, you know, he's going to go through the litany of misdeeds by the miscreants and expose all the imbeciles like me for not actually understanding. And he says it's all about the journey. It's not about the journey. It's not about the journey. Yes, you can go on any journey the hell you want. It's entertaining to be on a journey, but without conscience and without that guide that we have within us, who the hell cares about a goddamn journey? I don't care about a goddamn journey. I really don't. What I care about is becoming a better person within that journey. And if it's assumed, hey, okay, if that's the assumption that because you're on a journey, you're going to be better at the end, well, I don't see it. I don't see it. So I'm just drawing attention to this fact, and all those truther channels that are having this overwhelming sense of what? Righteousness, this self-righteousness about knowing who the miscreants are. That's really difficult for a normal human being. I mean, I'm talking about the truthers. I'm not talking about the general population. But even within that general population, all I would want is for people to start doing the right thing every day and letting their conscience guide them. That's all that's needed. We don't need to pummel them with all the bullshit, because they just shut off anyway. I mean, one step at a time. You know, treat your children the right way. It's like, you know, Durnford and his outrage about Fukushima, and whatever it is that we can conjure within ourselves to become better in the microcosm of our existence, and then that will spread out. I have faith it'll spread out. It'll spread. Just a clarification. I'll put this up as a quickie. Hey, huh? It's even 10 minutes.